What's going on, everybody? It's SJG. Welcome back to WSSU Ram Nation. I know it's been a minute since we had a new video for you guys, but look, it's summer, getting a little bit of R&R in before football season gets started, because once this gets started, the ball is rolling. And speaking of which, it is already August, which means we are less than a month away from our first game, season opener at Bluefield State University for the football program. Of course, we got volleyball is going to be tipping off as well shortly. And then, of course, we've got the game with those folks over in East Greensboro, North Carolina A&T. We'll get to that in just a second. I know everybody's really been excited about getting the tickets for that game. I know I've already got tickets. Not sure if I'm going to go in a media capacity where, I kind of have to be neutral. But maybe I just kind of want to go in a capacity where, I can really be rambunctious and get under the skin of the Aggies. Either way, I'll be there. Maybe I'll go ahead and give away the ticket. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate everybody who has tapped in. If you've become a part of WSSU Ram Nation, please hit that subscribe button and the notifications. And so let's get started. So as we knew going from the spring, WSSU was going to have their own allotment of tickets for the North Carolina A&T game, which is going to be September 7th at Truist Stadium is what they call it now, the stadium formerly known as Aggie Stadium. And so WSSU had 300 tickets that they were given as part of their compensation package from North Carolina A&T. A&T paid Winston-Salem State, I think $30,000 was the figure that was on the contract. And then also they had this allotment of tickets which they could sell. And they did so for $50 each reserved. And from what I'm understanding, the tickets went super fast. I got mine probably about $215, $220. And they went on sale at 2 p.m. on Friday, August the 2nd. And I'm thinking after about 3:15, people were saying, hey, we can't get in. What's up with the ticket? Well, now the tickets that WSSU have been sold. And so now if you want tickets to the game, they're still there to be had, but your money is gonna go to North Carolina A&T, right? So North Carolina A&T just now, and again, as I'm recording this, it is Monday morning. It's 2 a.m. on the East Coast, and North Carolina A&T has just released their tickets for that particular game, and so we will see how long it takes for a sellout. If there is a sellout, a lot of people anticipate it will be. Actually, the last 3 times that we played North Carolina A&T, that will be back in the MEAC days, Division I MEAC days. We had sellouts against them. They're only non-homecoming sellouts up to that point. They have actually pulled one off with North Carolina Central as well. So should be a big game, should be a lot of attendance. It's early in the year. Prayerfully, the weather will be great, and everyone will be in their red and white to be able to cheer on Winston-Salem State University. We're going to check out a little bit where people are starting to predict how this game will go. It's predictions. Everybody has predictions, but let me know in the comments below if you've already gotten your tickets. Did you get them on Friday? Again, that money goes directly to WSSU. Very important. You can also get them general admission from North Carolina A&T. It's $10 cheaper than what the tickets were from WSSU, but again, that money goes to WSSU versus the money that you're going to be paying now is going to A&T. It is what it is. That's kind of how it works in college athletics these days. The Division I or the higher division school host the game, they pay a guarantee, and they profit off of it. So North Carolina A&T hasn't played us since 2009. However you feel about that, but now they decided they were going to play us this year, and they stand to probably have another sellout. So definitely needed for them. They've been struggling over in the CAA to get people to come to the games outside of GHO and the Aggie Eagle. Different levels of interest. Anyway, so that is what you can do. If you go over to North Carolina A&T's Twitter account, the direct link is there. I'll also put a direct link in here as well. so you guys can go ahead and get your tickets. Also, make sure you guys check our links. You want to make sure you have some great WSSU gear to go along with the cheering that we're going to do over at Truist Stadium. I've got a link to some great stuff that's on Amazon. I know you can get your stuff from a lot of different places, but if you get it on Amazon through this link, it helps the channel and it helps continue to make sure that I make time to do these videos. So appreciate everybody for going and checking out those links on Amazon. And again, as I said, we are now in August. It's August the 5th as I'm recording this. Our first game is August 31st. It is at Bluefield State University. Now, for those of you who don't know, Bluefield State University is in West Virginia. They are the newest member of the CIAA. They came back after a long time. And yes, they are one of the two HBCUs that are predominantly white. But actually, I know it sounds far, West Virginia, but it's actually only about a 2-hour drive from Winston. And hopefully we'll see Rams there in large numbers. Obviously, it's an away game. Just like the A&T game is an away game. Our first two are on the road. But it would be great to give the Rams some support and show Bluefield State, again, give them a welcome to the CIAA. We did get a chance to play them in 2023, and it was a shutout. I believe it was a shutout. But, again, it'd be great to get that win, get some momentum going into that game against the Aggies. So, on to the season. Training camp will be starting shortly. But let's start to get a look at some of the prognostications. So we had a lot of them on our previous live show. If you didn't check it out with Amber and B-Dot, go check it out. It was a great show. We had a ball. I'm going to have to make sure that I get Amber back on here again. And obviously Dot, he's welcome on here anytime as well. He's amazing and a great part of helping launch this channel. So big shout out to him. So now that we're talking about the football season, there is a calculator. There is a rating system. It's called the Massey ratings. And they take into all these analytics into account and try to predict every week what's going to happen in college football and I think some other sports as well. So that includes the HBCU football at both the Division I and Division II levels. So I thought it'd be fun if we would just kind of go through their predictions of what they think WSSU is going to do in the season, and we'll see at the end of the year kind of how it matches up. So let's go right here. So we are in week 0 for us, and you see Winston-Salem State. We are a 9.5 point favorite over Bluefield State with a 75% chance of winning. And they expect the score to be 31-21. So that's the line for us in week 1. And then let's go up to, week 0, because that's week 0. So let's go to week 1. And for those of you who don't really know about the football calendar, week 0 is something that they instituted to give you a chance to play a week earlier than the first week of the official week of the season. So week 1 for Division 2, and we will just go to, they've got us under Salem State. So, for the game against North Carolina A&T, we are a 34.5 point underdog. They give North Carolina A&T a 99% chance to win, a 1% chance for WSSU, and they predict a 42-7 score for North Carolina A&T. It's been a long time since they beat us like that. They think they're going to beat us like that, obviously, but we shall see. So that is where we are for that game. All right. Week 2, our third game of the year, we host Ohio Dominican. Now, if you don't know, Ohio Dominican is a team that we played last year from Ohio. And WSSU had a close game to them, but came up on the short end. Now, this year, we host them. They're a Division II team just like we are. They are a PWI, but they're a Division II team just like we are. And so it's a home-and-home game. And even though we are at home, WSSU is a 7.5 point underdog to Ohio Dominican. They expect Ohio Dominican to beat WSSU 24-17. And they're only giving us a 28% chance to win that game. So again, these are the numbers from the Massey ratings. They don't get it right; they're just computer numbers. But yeah, in any event, let us go to. Let me get the right week there. All right. So we go to our fourth game of the season. And that is when we will travel up to Petersburg, aka Ederick. And we are an 18.5 point underdog to Virginia State University. They expect Virginia State to beat us 35-17, and they are projecting a 88% chance for winning for Virginia State and a 12% chance for WSSU. Okay, they had a good year last year. We'll see what happens. All right, going to our next game. WSSU is going to host Bowie State University. And WSSU, once again, is an underdog. We are a 6.5 point underdog to Bowie State University. They expect for us to lose 28-21 with a 67% chance of Bowie winning and a 33% chance of WSSU winning on our home field. They were 6-4 last year. They play in the North Division. I get it, but I think that's a very winnable game for us. I don't see why not, especially in the friendly confines of Bowman Gray Stadium. All right. Then we will get to October. October comes around, and yes, we have to go back. We've got to go back to Virginia. We got to go back up to the 804, this time to Richmond proper, where we will take on Virginia Union, the defending CIAA champions. And they are making WSSU a 20.5 point underdog to Virginia Union. They predict a 35-14 score, and that WSSU will only have a 9% chance of winning. 9% chance of winning. Yeah. So that is our first part of the season. They expect us to come out with a 1-4 record, right? The one win, they got us beating Bluefield State, getting blown out by A&T, tough loss at home to Ohio Dominican, and then also a sizable loss to Virginia State, sizable loss to Virginia Union, and yeah, that's what they are seeing for the Rams over there. So, what do you guys think about that first half of the season as we migrate to the second half of the season? So, we then go to October 12th. October 12th, WSSU will host Shaw University, and WSSU is favored to win that game. WSSU is favored to win that game by a score of 24-21, 3.5 point favorite, and getting a 60% chance to win. Of course, WSSU did beat Shaw last year. That is a home game, one of 5 home games we have this year. And I will just take this time to stump for tickets, season tickets. Very important that you guys get that. I know everybody's excited about the A&T game, and that's great, but the reality is only 300 of those tickets are going to go to us. And the WSSU football program, it needs money, right? I mean, when we look at the landscape of CIAA, even just CIAA football, it's changed so much over the years. You look at our record, and nobody's happy about our record, but if you look at some of the teams that that consider themselves our rivals, that we've historically owned in the record books, they are investing in athletics in a way that WSSU hasn't been able to, especially in football. Fayetteville State as well as Johnson C. Smith University, both of those squads have full allotment of 36 scholarships. I know that we're working with, we got a couple more than we had previously, but I know we're still under that, from what I understand, we're still under that 30 mark. So it's really important to get those season tickets to help with everything else. Because again, there's no CIAA football draft, right? If we just continue to be bad, it just doesn't get any better. So off the soapbox on that, let us get back to the predictions that they have there. Let's see. Let me make sure you guys can see me here as well. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about. Let me know what you guys think about the projections that we have. Obviously, people are expecting an uphill climb, and for good reason. We have struggled in these last couple of years, and I'm gonna come over here so you guys can see me there. All right. There we go. Make that a little bit easier to see. All right, guys. So we've already talked about the Shaw game. That is October 12th. We will then go to October 19th. Now, this is a game. This is a game, guys. Look, we got to have this game. Stop playing games. WSSU will be traveling down to Salisbury to play Livingstone College. Again, this is another team that we simply own in the record books. I have this WSSU media guide from back in my college days, back in 2008. And, I mean, the domination, it speaks for itself. They just got their 12th win of the series in about 60 games. But hey, I'm sorry, their 13th win last year against us, but they got 2 in a row against us this year, and that starts with 19th. We'll take on Livingstone College. We are actually a 6.5 point favorite in that game, despite losing to them back to back. Don't really know what that says about us or Livingstone College, but hey, here it is. We're 6.5 point favorites. We have a score of 28-21 and a 70% chance of winning. So that's what, wasn't me, guys. That's what the Massey ratings say. All right, so that is the 19th. We will then go up to the 26th. Another team that we have owned historically, but yet last year we lost to, and that is Johnson C. Smith University. Now, I know a lot of people are making Johnson C. Smith the trendy pick to potentially be in the CIAA championship game. A lot of people definitely think they're going to be better than us, but not the Massey ratings. Massey ratings say that WSSU at home is a 6.5 point favorite over Johnson C. Smith University. They have us winning 27-20 with a 69% chance of winning, and I want to stress that that's a very important game for us. This game is going to be on HBCU Go. If you guys don't know about that platform, you can go check that out and do your research. Go to hbcugameday.com. Shameless plug there to find out about that platform. But it's a national platform. It's going to be in front of the entire nation, and so we definitely want to make a great showing as WSSU Ram Nation for sure. But yeah, WSSU is favored to beat Livingstone and Smith. So some people, things that should happen, yearly, but hasn't happened lately. So we will then go to the next week. So because there's no St. Aug game, this would normally be the St. Aug game, November 2nd, which happens to be your boy's birthday. Just in case you want to give me a gift, I'm not mad at you. It'll be my birthday. But WSSU will have the week off. There is no St. Aug game. And so we go down to November 9th, which is obviously important for several reasons. First of all, it's homecoming, right? So obviously a lot of excitement around that. I know last year was a great homecoming, and this year I expect it to be great as well. And then not only is it homecoming, it's our season finale. And we're also taking on Fayetteville State. Now, Fayetteville State is another team that this record book says we own. But you know what? They have beat us the last 4 years, the last 4 games in a row. And I'm, for one, I'm sick of it. And I hope you are too. So obviously, it's going to be homecoming. There's going to be plenty of vibes. There's going to be plenty of tailgate. There's going to be a lot of everything. But hopefully we can get some support, and we'll still be in the race for the CIAA championship game. I know, it hurts to hope. I know we've all felt it. We've all been there, but here we are. So anyway, to the game, we are a 4.5 point underdog. This could be worse. 4.5 point underdog to Fayetteville State. They have the score being 24-20. That would be a typical heartbreaking loss to Fayetteville State in recent years, with a 64% chance of winning for Fayetteville State, 36% for the Rams. So if my memory serves me correctly, they have us beating Bluefield State. They have us beating Shaw. They have us beating Smith and Livingstone, which gives us 4 wins. Yeah, 4 out of 10. So 4 out of 10, we are predicted to win. And so, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago with Amber and BDOT about the projections for the season. If you haven't already, please go ahead and make sure you check that out. But beyond that, look, it's football season. A lot of excitement around WSSU. Obviously, we got a new chancellor. We got a new men's basketball coach, and Corey Thompson. I'm hoping to bring him on and have a great conversation with him at some point soon. I know he's got a lot of work trying to get things smoothed out over these last couple of weeks as school gets ready to get started. But it's going to be awesome. Always a great time to be a Ram. And please, guys, I would always encourage you just to do a couple of things before we finish. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't. That's the easy way to help out this channel. Secondly, please make sure you guys check out the Amazon links. Get you something, even if it's not a shirt or something. Get you a keychain. Get you a flag. We wanna come in and really represent when we are on the road. We always know the Rams travel. We'll talk about attendance a little bit later, but I looked up some of the stats from last year, and Johnson C. Smith obviously had a higher attendance when we were on the road. When we were on the road to them, Lincoln it was a higher home attendance than their homecoming. I believe Lincoln University was the same situation. Fayetteville State wasn't much different. And so obviously we are a moneymaker as WSSU. We're a moneymaker for other schools. But when it comes to getting people into Bowman Gray, it's tough to get some of y'all away from Charlotte. It's tough to get some of y'all away from Raleigh. It's tough to get some of y'all away from Greensboro, from Durham. Heck, it's tough to get some people in the Triad to come to the games. But hopefully you guys will come out and support WSSU. And of course, it's been a long time coming. But things aren't going to get better if we don't support it. So while I always support, upholding the truth and telling the truth and being real and being candid about it, we definitely have to support. So I went ahead and bought my ticket. Again, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to give it away. But anyway, that money goes straight to WSSU. So I'm not asking you guys to do anything that I'm not doing. I'll probably go ahead and buy some season tickets too. Probably give those away. So continue to support the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. And leave all your comments. Let us know what you guys what games you're most looking forward to this season. Let me know what games you're traveling to and which games you're coming to, which home games you're coming to, because I want to hear about that as well. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in, WSSU Ram Nation. Until next time, appreciate you guys. And so hard to be a Ram. Hopefully it won't be quite as hard this year. We'll see. Holla.